Hey, it's Mr. Johns. Welcome to this first episode of Command and Conquer. It's my chance to introduce you to one of my favorite games of all time. And it really relives a lot of memories for me and gaming history. And for those of you who never heard of it, maybe it's something you want to pick up. You can still buy remastered versions of it on Steam. And it's one of the games that introduced us to several things back in 1995. It was one of the first real-time strategy games, RTS. And just the style of game captured the imagination of so many people. I don't know how many millions. I think 40 million copies were sold eventually. Just a huge game. Westwood Studios was bought out by Electronic Arts, EA, just about, I think, 3 or 4 years after this game came out. I think EA realized there was something special here. So they came in and negotiated and took it over. So after, I think, 1998, EA continued producing these games. So another one of the things that was new was live video. Like, this is 1995. The internet was just a few years old and it barely had video. It was just really getting better at including photos on websites. So video was rare, and in video games, unheard of. So this game included some cut scene videos with real actors, not CGI. And it was fascinating. They kind of suck you in. They make you feel like you're watching. This is how the game starts right here. It looks like you're on channel 12. So they're trying to make you feel like, oh, something just happened here. It's like you're sitting back and watching cable news. Now this is channel 7. And if you're reading kind of the bottom, now we're off to a soap opera, channel 319. And then you're like, wait, what's this? Channel 120. Okay, channel 56 is an exercise video. Channel 213. They give you little tips about what things are going on. The Brotherhood of Nod keeps popping up, and Profitability, and the GDI. And you start just learning a few things. Tiberium utilization, channel 2. So you're getting sucked into this little story, and quasi-terrorist groups, right? So you're like, what is going on between these two groups? So again, this kind of video, even though the graphics were kind of cheesy, this was all new. So when you're playing a game, you're used to playing, at the time, I think Doom, the first-person shooter Doom, was the kind of cutting-edge latest and greatest. And so this kind of thing was here with Command & Conquer was something so different. I really felt like I was just flipping through the channels, watching cable TV, and not playing a game. But then you're brought into this screen where you have to choose your side, which will come up here in a second. So 1995 is when this came out, Command & Conquer. And basically the plot line here is that Earth has been contaminated by this stuff called Tiberium. And the good guys, that symbol right there, GDI, Global Defense Initiative, I think it is. So it even sounds like a positive group. They're there to defend. They want to contain this contamination. And then there's this Brotherhood of Nod over here on the right in red with the scorpion tail. It's basically the eagle versus the scorpion, right? So it's pretty obvious what they're trying to say here. But the Brotherhood of Nod wants to use the power of this Tiberium, which is kind of like, my interpretation was kind of like nuclear power in a way, or something even more deadly than that. So I never choose the bad guys, always choose the good guys. That's where my heart lies, I guess. And then here's the video I'm talking about. And this is remastered. It was not this good back then, but it's the same video. So he gives you just kind of this overview of your mission and the game and what's going on. And if you would have chosen the Brotherhood of Nod, you would have gotten this guy named Kane, who's their leader, kind of a terrorist-looking guy. I'm going to skip that, so we don't need to watch that together. But this is a game I picked up for $20 on Steam. Excuse me. Remastered. And for $20, you get both the Command and Conquer game and Red Alert, which was their second game. So here's what the game looks like. And I was immediately in love. And I know that's funny. And I still love this. And there's no training, there's no tutorial. I mean, you jump in and you're like, oh, I select my guys, I click on a bad guy, and they shoot. Okay. I've got a boat that's shooting their guns. I've got more incoming tanks. I've got... I love how you've got a health meter on top of every person and even every vehicle. And while those guys are shooting that tank, you can see their health meters go down. So there's real-time strategy. And remember, this was a new concept. You're like, wait, this is happening right now. So, and then there's this guy up here shooting at us. So we've got to go get him. He's in this like dune buggy thing. And then this vehicle looks different. And when I click, I can move it. This guy's in the way. Now I can deploy it. And what that does is it opens up my base, which gives me the option to build a power plant, which I need to grow. So when I started playing this in 1995, man, I stayed up all night. I was up all the time playing this game, completely hooked. I would say the graphics are cute. That's my best word for it. I love these little guys. I still do. I would still buy this game today if it was new. I just think it's super cute. So there's something about controlling these little army guys that is so fun. Now, two other things. I've built my power plant, so now I can any place white I can place it, any place that's red I can't. You have to right click to scroll. You can also use the arrow keys to scroll. And this power plant allows me to do additional things. Right now it's only one thing, and that's to build a barracks. So we'll get that going. So on this screen I've got structures, infantry, and vehicles. I don't have vehicles yet. That's going to be an additional building down the road, it looks like. So we'll go ahead and put this up here. New construction options. And then you've got the option to repair and to sell. If you're getting really desperate for money, you can sell. And then this other thing over here, like, wait, there's a radar map? I don't have that radar map. Super weapons? What's this super weapons tab? So it makes you think, oh, there's better yet to come. So it also introduced this new thing called, see if anybody knows what it's called. You can't see what's out there until you go there, which is how it is in real life, right? Why would this map be, I see some movement over here. Oh, I see some movement there too. Why would you be able to see everything at once if you've never been there, you've never traveled there? So this is called, I don't know if it was called that then. It's since been known as the Fog of War. And it's used in just about every game like this since. So, mission accomplished. Pretty simple mission. That's all you had to do was set up a basic base and take out a few guys. It was all you needed to do to learn the basics, and you're like, oh, I am hooked. You know, these are the graphics. Yeah, they're blurry. And you're like, I recognize that symbol. What is that? Is that it's my base thing? Let's see. I don't even know what it's called. So you kind of learn as you play. And I just wanted more. I wanted to, like, okay, let's go. Let's do the next mission. So it's basically showing you setting up this base. And so super cool. So for $20, you get Command & Conquer and Red Alert. I mean, look at that. That's like real video of real people. And that was so amazing back then, which is so funny now. But the gameplay is still super fun. That part hasn't changed. Just because the graphics are a little cute, a little 8-bit, doesn't mean anything. This game just gets better and better and better as you play. This little review screen shows you, gives you a score of leadership, efficiency, and a total score of 176. What's that mean? I don't know. Casualties, it shows you how many GDI died, how many of the NOD died, and how many buildings you lost between the two, and then you earn some credits. So that's kind of cool. And then with this new version, you also unlock some bonus gallery. It's just something to work towards. Yes, you can add your name. My gaming tag was always Elf growing up many, many years. So you can add your score to that and click continue. So in 1999, Command & Conquer Tiberium Sun came out. And then there was an expansion called Firestorm. And in 2002, Command & Conquer Renegade came out. Now, that was a first-person shooter. It's the only one in the series that I don't like. And I'm not a first-person shooter person. But I think they saw the writing on the wall that games were going first-person shooter for sure. And they tried to join in. Obviously, if you haven't heard of that, probably not one of the big names in the first-person shooter franchises. So in 2003, they went back to Command & Conquer, and this one was called Command & Conquer Generals. Excuse me. And there was an expansion pack for that game called 0 Hour. 2007, Command & Conquer 3 came out called Tiberium Wars, and there was an expansion called Kane's Wrath. And in 2010, this was still 13 years ago, but the last Command & Conquer game was called Command & Conquer 4 Tiberium's Twilight. It was the conclusion to the whole series. So I plan to play this all the way through every level, probably just on the GDI side. I don't think I'll go back and play it on the Brotherhood of Nod side. Maybe I'll try it. It would be a completely different angle, I guess. I've never done that, so there's a lot of playtime for the $20. I mean, got the 2 full games. Also, one thing I noticed was, you just saw that map that shows you the map that it shows the good guys and bad guys fighting for world dominance on that map of Europe. But I wanted to show you that under Mission Select, you basically have GDI missions right here, and I've already played some of these, but I'm going back and playing all of them. I also have right here, I don't play these guys, so it shows you what the first one is. Silencing Nakumba. Now that's the Brotherhood of Nod. And then here, these are Covert Operations was the expansion pack. So you get all of these new missions. And that at the time you had to buy that way back in 1990, I think 6 is when that came out with the Covert Operations expansion pack came out. So with this, you get for $20, you get all of Command & Conquer, you get all of Red Alert, you get all of these expansion missions, and then I also noticed right here under this joystick tab, you get console missions, which I've never played it on console, so you get all of these as well, which I think is really cool. So that's kind of my intro to one of my favorite games ever. And I know by the time you get to playing some of the later ones, Command & Conquer Generals especially, one of my favorites, there's airports to manage and bombers and jets and new weapons and new maps. It just gets better and better. So pick it up if it looks of interest to you. It's definitely a piece of gaming history. Or if you just want to see what it's like to watch, I'll be playing future missions on this channel. So appreciate you watching. I'll see you next time around. For now, Mr. Johns is out.